De'Aaron Fox is officially on the trade market, which means, as a Kings fan, I am officially bummed out. The NBA is constantly changing. Players switch teams, get traded, go overseas, fall in and out of the league. New draft classes come in, old ones age out, but it's something that I've never really gotten used to. My mind always seems to go back to Harrison Barnes getting traded to the opposing team mid-game, Tyrese Halliburton finding out he's going to Indiana, Derrick Rose getting the call telling him he wasn't going to be a Bull anymore. It's only been a few weeks since former Coach of the Year Mike Brown was fired. The Doug Christie coaching era in Sacramento so far has been both impressive and very enjoyable to watch. And no, not just because Kevin Huerter is finally getting benched if he's not hitting shots. This new coaching scheme is just a lot more vibes-based than the previous one. Mike Brown is undoubtedly an incredible coach that literally took this Kings team from NBA purgatory to a top 3 seed in the Western Conference. There's nothing that can take that away from him, but he is also someone who is very committed to their game plan and game style. He wanted this team to evolve in a way that they really just weren't showing they could, and even when it wasn't working and didn't show signs that it eventually would, he completely dedicated his game plan every night to that coaching philosophy. There's definitely a world where the Kings turn it around under Mike Brown, and I definitely still feel a little weird about the decision overall. Although nothing brings me more joy than watching Keon Ellis run around the court. And seriously, that is one thing that I wonder if we'll ever actually get serious answers to. But there were Fox rumors earlier this season, just because the Kings were struggling so much, you know. He's a Heat, he's a Rocket, he's a Spur. No, he's a King. And he has been for 7 years. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is the Sacramento King right now. He's the longest tenured player on the roster, and he has been so committed to this city and this franchise for his entire career. And now we get a report that not only is the team open to trading him, but he has preferred destinations laid out. And I have no ill will towards De'Aaron Fox for this. I cannot imagine giving so much to a franchise that has continuously struggled to build around you and not wondering how much more you could be capable of. Obviously, these past few years have been much better than when he first entered the league, having guys like Domantas Sabonis, Malik Monk, Keegan Murray, the Beam Team. Now even landing players like DeMar DeRozan. The Kings are the most fun they have been in a while, but have obviously been struggling, missing the playoffs last year and on pace to barely land the last play-in spot this year. Reportedly, Fox's preferred trade destination is the Spurs, and I can't even be mad about that. A De'Aaron Fox Victor Wembanyama pairing wins at least one championship in the next 5 years. I wholeheartedly believe that, and I think the Spurs would instantly be one of the most exciting, fan-favorite teams in the league, even more than they are right now. But it would be devastating. When Davion Mitchell got traded for 3 quarters and a pair of socks, it actually ruined my whole day, my whole week, dude. He was my favorite player on the Kings, and probably in the NBA as a whole. I mean, Davion Mitchell was literally the reason I even got into watching basketball. So if De'Aaron Fox gets traded, this will feel like, and really will be, an entirely different team. And for as much disrespect as Fox gets, largely because of the team he plays for, he's an irreplaceable player. This guy still has the highest scoring game this season. He scored 100 plus points in back-to-back games. He was the first player to ever win Clutch Player of the Year. He's been the fastest player in the league for years. And he's molded his game to fit alongside the rest of the players on his roster. He's played through a hand injury all year. That one might be the most impressive thing. I don't even want to look at this injury. I can't imagine having to play through it. And all that is to say, De'Aaron Fox is just exactly the kind of player you want on your team. And no matter what happens the rest of the season or the offseason or even the rest of his career, I'm always going to be a De'Aaron Fox fan for his time in Sacramento. And I know this sounds like goodbye, but there is obviously no guarantee that he gets traded. This is just the first time I can really remember, at least since the decision between him and Halliburton, that it really felt like a possibility, and I don't know, something in the air, I guess. And either way, it's a good opportunity to reflect on his career so far and the legacy he has already established with the Kings. I am, above all else, a basketball enjoyer, appreciator, etc. And, anytime I can meaningfully express that, I will. So yeah, that's all.